This is the Canon AF35M, which is the world's second autofocus camera, although the one that came before it was kind of bad. This is using an active autofocus system, so it's shooting infrared beams onto the subject rather than just measuring something that's coming through the sensor. A couple of neat things about this camera. It looks amazing. Look at it as a piece of art. Classic 80s, although it was made in 1979, so it's really early for this sort of styling. It has a few quirks though, and the autofocus system is actually one of those. It's fairly easy to just simply compose your photo when your subject is in the middle of the frame, because that is where the autofocus system measures from. But a fairly common thing that you might want to do is have your subject off center in the frame. And for most cameras, that is half press the shutter, move, and then press it again. Listen to that sounds quite good. But half shutter wasn't really developed until, I think it was Nikon maybe did it a couple of years later. And so the system in this camera, quirky as it is, press down this lever here, fully depress the shutter, recompose the photo, fully depress the shutter again. Did I say it's quirky? There is something else to this. If you were to push down the lever and take the photo, you have actually started the self-timer as well. So if you do not recompose the photo and take it within 10 seconds, the camera will take a photo for you. The other little features of this camera, it's got a pop-up flash and an ISO 800 that's good to 5 meters, so it's not a bad flash. It does not pop up automatically. You have to use the little lever on the front here. It has an ISO dial built into the front of the camera. Quite stiff. From 25 to 400. It has a frame counter on the top of the camera. It has a filter thread. We're talking 48 millimeters, so you can quite handily screw a filter onto the front of your camera. And it has a safety rewind feature, so to rewind the film, you first press the normal little button on the bottom of the camera, but then also hold a switch on the top to completely rewind the film. And no, it does not leave a leader out. It'll rewind it completely back into the canister. So if you're comparing this against the similar Nikon L35AF, that's one disadvantage of this camera. A final little quirk is that after the camera has rewound the film, a little red light will come on to show you that the film has been rewound. If you do not immediately remove the film from the camera will leave that red light on and quickly deplete the batteries to 0. Anyway, I paid $25 for this camera, so a bit of a score, 25 Australian that is. Took it out just around a local park, took some photos of the autumn leaves and the family, so enjoy the rest of the videos as I show you the photos. Oh, by the way, these photos were kind of the first photos that I scanned myself using a DSLR, so I haven't quite got the hang of all the post-processing that's required to kind of bring that negative image to a positive image, so forgive any sort of inconsistencies in the processing or the look of these photos. Yeah.